Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Darren Goodman from GuitarControl.com, bringing you this video lesson. Today, we're going to, another part in this series that I'm doing on keys and on the notes, scales, shapes, chords, arpeggios that are in a given key. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get up close and take a look. So today we're going to look at the scale shapes themselves that are in here, and we're going to be in the key of G, and we're going to look at the scale shapes and how these scale shapes, why they're the way they are, and how they actually relate to the chord voicings themselves. So from the first lesson, if you haven't watched the part 1 of this series with the chord scale itself, I recommend that you go back and watch that first. And so the very first chord that we had was either G major or G major 7. So the first the first scale pattern we have is just the major scale, the first position, or what is referred to as the Ionian mode. So on the 6th string we have frets 3, 5, 7, 5th string 3, 5, 7, 4th string 4, 5, 7, 3rd string 4, 5, 7, 2nd string 5, 7, 8, and 1st string 5, 7, 8. Now, how that relates to the chords is that we have a major chord, which is the 1st, 3rd, and 5th notes of the major scale. And we have a major 7th chord, which is the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th note of the scale, the natural 7. So all of those notes, 1, 3, 5, and 7, those notes are all in there. Now we go to the 2nd degree, which would be A minor or A minor 7. And we have the 2nd position of the major scale, or the Dorian mode. And we're on the 6th string. We have frets 5, 7, 8. And the 5th string 5, 7, 9. 4th string 5, 7, 9. 3rd string 5, 7, 9. 2nd string 7, 8, 10. And 1st string 7, 8, 10. Now, so a minor chord is 1 flat 3, 5, and a minor 7th chord is 1 flat 3, 5, and a flat 7. So when we play this Dorian scale, or the 2nd degree of the of G major, it has a flat 3, 5, and a flat 7. So all of those same notes are in those as well. Then we go from there to the 3rd degree, which is B minor or B minor 7. And we have the 3rd degree of the major scale, or the Phrygian mode. Starting on the 6th string, we have 7, 8, 10. 5th string, we have 7, 9, 10. 4th string, 7, 9, 10. 3rd string, 7, 9, 11. 2nd string 8, 10, 12, and 1st string 8, 10, 12. Now, same thing as before, we have 1 flat 3, 5 and 1 flat 3, 5, flat 7, which the Phrygian scale also has those same degrees. So then moving on to the 4th degree, we have C major or C major 7, and we have the 4th degree of the major scale, or the Lydian mode. So starting on, well, in this case, let's actually do that rooting it on the 6th string. So we've got, we're going to start on the 8th fret of the 6th string. We've got 8, 10, 12, and then going to the 5th string, we have 9, 10, 12, 4th string, 9, 10, 12, third string 9, 11, 12, second string 10, 12, 13, and first string 10, 12, 14. Now, this is the same as the first degree. It's, you know, a major or a minor, or a major seventh chord. So this scale has 1, 3, 5, and a natural 7. Okay, now moving on to the fifth degree, we have major or dominant 7. Now, in the other video, I explained the difference between a dominant 7th chord and a major 7th chord, meaning that the major 7th has a natural 7 and the dominant 7 has a flat 7. So if we look at that fifth degree, which, you know, the fifth degree of the major scale or the Mixolydian mode, starting on the 10th fret of the 6th string, we have 10, 12, 14, fifth string 10, 12, 14, fourth string 10, 12, 14, third string 11, 12, 14, second string 12, 13, 15, and first string 12, 14, 15. So for the major scale, for the major chord part of this, we have 1, 3, 5. But then for it to be a dominant 7, it has to have 1, 3, 5, and then a flat 7. So that's, the 7 is flat. That's what makes this scale unique from the others. Then from there we move on to the 6th degree, which is either E minor or E minor 7. And we have the 6th degree of the major scale, which is the Aeolian mode or the natural minor scale. So starting on the 12th fret of the 6th string, we have 12, 14, 15, 5th string 12, 14, 15, 4th string 12, 14, 16, 3rd string 12, 14, 16, 2nd string 13, 15, 17, and 1st string 14, 15, 17. And again, like the other minor to minor 7, it's because we have a flat 3, a 5, and a flat 7. Okay, and then moving on to the 7th degree, which is either the diminished or the minor 7 flat 5. That's on F sharp, so we come up here to the 14th fret of the 6th string, F sharp, and we're going to play the 7th degree of the major scale or the Locrian mode, which is frets 14, 15, 17 on the 6th string, and then 14, 15, 17 on the 5th string, 14, 16, 17 on the 4th string, 14, 16, 17 on the 3rd string, 15, 17, 19 on the 1st string, or excuse me, the 2nd string, and 15, 17, 19 on the 1st string as well. Now, the diminished chord is 1, flat 3, and flat 5. So when we look at that Locrian, here's our flat 3, and then the flat 5, which gives us the diminished. And then for the minor 7 flat 5 chord, which is just simply a diminished chord with also a flat 7, we got to have that flat 7 in there as well. So the 1, flat 3, flat 5, and flat 7. All right, I hope that that was helpful for you. So now you have all of the patterns that are associated to those chords. And like I said, we looked at this in the key of G, but no matter what key you played in it, the shapes are always the same. So if you memorize the whole, half, whole, half, and major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, and minor 7 flat 5, you'll be able, you have all of that at your disposal to be able to put all this together. This gives you the ability, by hooking these all together, these scales, you can play all over the neck in any key, and you can play over the top of chords, and be able to, you know, if they're playing over or in this key, like playing over an E minor, you know, you can play like the G major scale, and the notes are in that key, and it's going to sound good, but it's not going to sound nearly as sweet is when you play using the mode or the scale position that, you know, that goes with, you know, whatever given chord that you're playing over the top of in the progression. All right, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. You know, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and until next time.